Hello and welcome to another episode of Jobless Weebs. My name is Marco, the Birman Mexican, and with me today,
I'm Brian.
like every week, every month.
Oh, yes. Every month. Yep.
Or rather, like twice a month on the same day.
Oh, yeah.
How are you, Brian?
Yeah, doing really well. I've had some good things happen in my life recently, and well, I got a promotion, so hooray.
Nice.
I'm really happy about it. And then, yeah, mostly just playing some games and watching some anime. So yeah, life is really good.
Nice. No, it's good to hear that.
Yeah. Ever since I graduated college, it's been so great for me, having no homework, not having to worry about like performance,
Dude,
any of that
I've
type of
noticed
stuff.
that
It's been
It's
great.
been what? When did we graduate? 2021?
2021.
I mean, we graduated when we started this podcast.
Yes.
And
yeah,
it's been
it was right around that time.
It's been 3 years.
Wow.
Right? 2021, 2,
4
3, 4 years.
4
Holy
years.
freak.
Yeah.
And I'm
That's
thinking like
crazy to
it's
think.
almost been almost as many years as we spent in college.
In college. Right.
So
That's crazy. That's a weird thought.
yeah.
Wow.
But no, I'm in the same boat as you. It's like I
Yeah.
actually enjoy that. As soon as it's time to clock out from work,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay, not my problem anymore. That's
Yep.
tomorrow's. It still kind of sucks because my schedule is kind of weird. That I start at 6 in the morning. So
Yeah.
but
Quite
other
an
than
early
that,
start.
I mean, I have a 3-day weekend for now,
Which is so good. Oh,
which is-
wow.
which is nice because that gives
Yeah.
me enough time to work on the podcast and also sometimes just do nothing.
Yeah, totally.
It's like, what are you doing? Nothing. Oh, let's
Nothing.
do this. Like, no, you don't understand. I'm actually doing nothing.
Actually, good.
But yeah,
I
no,
love
I
it.
understand
That's
the feeling.
Yeah.
Well, today we have a back-to-back re-recording because last time, like this was one of the movies that we recorded when I came back from Japan.
Oh, yes.
And we were all over the place. We still didn't have the magic machine to make the audio sound nice,
right.
and we forgot the cameras and oh
Yep.
man, it was a
Audio.
disaster.
Oh,
So
yeah,
now
it
after
was.
making sure that nothing was broken,
Mhm.
which again, as we mentioned on the last episode,
Yeah.
with the luck of our podcast, something will probably break at some point.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
Sure.
So yeah,
Eventually.
today we're gonna talk about a movie from 2004
Mhm.
called Steam Boy.
Steam Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, this movie was directed by Katsuhiro Otomo, most famously recognized by the movie Akira.
Oh, yes.
So-
Yes. Yeah. Great movie too, by the way.
Yeah,
Really
and
interesting.
I don't think we've covered that movie. So
Yeah, I don't think we have.
that should be on our watch list.
Yes.
But yeah,
it should.
this movie,
Mhm.
it's set on London in the Victorian era.
Yep.
So like 19th century, but
Mhm.
it has a steampunk theme.
Yes. Very steampunk. And it's also right around the London exhibition around that time.
Yeah, like
1866.
that is
or
actually
something.
funny because there, one of the characters that appears in there, it's actually a historical figure.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, more on that a little later.
Definitely.
But yeah, let's start from all the way from the beginning.
Yes. We start with an old man and a middle-aged gentleman, and they're working on something with the mineral water. And they were gathering it at first, but then they're trying to implement it on some invention that they're working on, but things are going wrong with steam. Things are like leaking and it's not really working out. And so the old man, he's like, do this, do that, and like trying to like fix it, making it better. Like we're still gonna go through with it. But then the middle-aged man, so his name is Edward, and then the old man, the grandpa, his name is Lloyd. And so Edward is like, no, we gotta like shut it down, shut the valves. And he tries to do some stuff with the steam, but then the steam comes out even more right on him.
Yeah. And, just in case people watching us don't know how dangerous steam is, well,
yeah,
it is very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
It's,
right?
It's like it's hot
it's
water.
High pressure. It's hot water.
Pretty much.
So when it gets on you or touches you, it basically scalds you. It burns.
Oh yeah. I remember that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I don't even know how that happened, but my mom used to have some like hot water and used to give us, it was like some of those machines that, throw water vapor for like purify, like a purifier.
Oh, yes.
I think it was something like that, but it was kind of like pretty DIY.
Oh, okay.
And I was falling asleep and I just accidentally, just thought my hand to the hot water and I burned my hand. I kind of remember that vividly because you know my hand started just like having some little bubbles because of the high temperature.
Yikes!
And yeah, but anyway, let's go back to the movie. So we had there's an accident, and this old man Lloyd that at the beginning was just pushing his invention through. After this happens, it cuts back to another scene, but we see a sort of a metallic ball, and that's all that we see. And then we move to Manchester.
Yep.
And in Manchester, it's a company that it's working like making like clothing.
Yeah,
right?
Clothing.
And there's a problem with the boiler.
Yes.
And so the person that seems to be the owner, he's freaking out. He's asking for help. And some of his workers are like, no, like we're going to shut down this boiler. And Ray's already there. And it's like, boilers are really expensive. And they are. I mean, I work with some boilers at work. So I don't know. Some of the scenes that I saw, I was like, that cannot happen. It's like, that's pretty exaggerated. It could happen, but not like that.
I see. Very analytical.
so yeah, that was the injury me. It's like, that's what one of the reasons for my major, my background in is like I can be annoying in movies. It's like that cannot happen.
Right. Yep. The realism and all that.
Yeah, that's the annoying part of being an engineer.
Yeah.
Or trying to, it's like,
right.
I don't know how to use my, degree in a lot of stuff, but I know how to be more critic of movies.
Yes.
But yeah, it turns out that there's this one kid, his name is Ray. And his last name is Steam, right?
Steam. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's Ray Steam. And he turned off the boiler.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of like had to break it in a way. But he pretty much avoided a pretty big accident. But still, instead of having people or having the owner celebrate that, a lot of people didn't
get hurt.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I'm just not going to pay you. He was like, wow, that actually sounds like what would a company do? But moving past, turns out that the first people, like the middle-aged man, Eddie, and Lloyd are Ray's dad and granddad. And apparently they work for this foundation that pretty much just hired them to be, the inventors, like create stuff for them.
Yeah.
And apparently, they had this company on a pretty good light. Because like, you know what? Dad and Grandpa are working abroad. They're they're gonna be important inventors. And Ray himself also has a lot of knowledge on technical stuff. And he likes, get his hands dirty and experiment with lots of things. Yeah. And it seems that it just comes naturally for him. It's not like something that he would go to school. It's just like he's just curious about stuff. So he just gets his hands into how things would work.
And he's self-taught with all these gadgets.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in this part, he's at his home now and with his family, like his mom and like other kids. And then two really suspicious looking guys show up, and right off the bat, like they're bad guys. They're henchmen of a certain group, and they are invited in, and they're pretty much telling their spiel. But then they see that Ray got a package earlier, and this package has the ball that we saw, and has manuscripts and a note for Ray on what to do. And he's reading it, and he's told by his grandpa, "Hey, like, don't let this out of your sight. Like, keep protection over this ball." And when the henchmen see it, they're like, "Oh, we're gonna take that." But then Ray is like, "No, you can't." Yep. And then it gets crazy because the grandpa shows up too, and a fight starts out.
Yeah, and especially because those henchmen told Ray and his mom that the grandpa was dead.
Right. It's like,
and it's like, "Grandpa, what are you doing here? Like, didn't you die?" It's like, "No, now run."
Yeah.
And so a persecution ensues.
Yeah. Yeah.
He rides one of his own inventions, like a motorcycle. Really cool.
It is.
And this foundation that goes by the name of the O'Hara Group. They also have their own kind of like steampunk tractor / locomotive.
Yeah, that just runs on the ground anywhere. And so a pursuit ensues, and it's crazy. They go on like train tracks. A train is behind them, and then Ray gets rescued by Stevenson. Is that where we?
Stevenson, he's actually the historical figure.
Oh, really? Okay,
Stevenson.
Interesting.
Let me get his full name again.
Yeah, totally.
Robert Stevenson. Yeah, he was a prominent English civil and mechanical engineer, particularly known for his contributions to the railway system.
Oh, okay.
Which,
there you go.
It's they do make an honor to that because trains. I think that throughout history, like whenever you think of a steam engine, you would think of a locomotive first.
Right.
So yeah, he's this historical figure. But in this point in this movie, he was heading to Manchester to meet Ray's grandpa. But when he saw that a boy was being chased by another freaking like all-terrain locomotive, and seeing that they were on the tracks, they start to push the guy on the locomotive, and then they just pull on the brakes, and the guy, like the locomotive goes flying out the rails and lands like in a lake, and still freaking locomotive was still moving.
It was the weirdest thing.
And we are introduced, besides Mr. Stevenson, we're also introduced to I guess he's one of his assistants, Mr. David.
Yeah, David.
And they explain all the shebang. Like, we received a letter from from your grandpa, and you know, this steam bulb, it's gonna be real useful, and also he told us that those bad people from the horror group shouldn't have it, and yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
And you know, they are being very overly friendly with him, saying like, yeah, you know what, we're going to protect you, and we're gonna do everything that is in our hands to save your grandpa. Yeah. And while they're chatting on this train, once again, the O'Hara group attacks one more time. Now, this time in kind of like a Zeppelin type airship.
Yeah.
And they just destroy part of the carriage, one of the carriage of the trains.
Oh, yes.
And that's when they, after a lot of struggle, they end up taking Ray captive along with the bulb. But a lot of, you know, the notes that were along with this, they were just scattered around.
So Ray gets kidnapped, and he comes up to like this tower looking thing, and he is being served like food and dinner, and he's like, "Ano sumimasen." No, not quite. But he's like, "Excuse me, I was kidnapped."
You know, like the servers are like
here.
Just setting up the table, and he's well dressed.
Yeah.
He's like, I was kidnapped. Would you please help me? I'm not lying.
Oh,
someone.
My goodness. Yeah. It's so silly.
At this point, also in the story, we also meet it's also an important character. It's
yes.
It's hard for me to put her on a category.
Okay.
But
right.
But yeah, we met this girl. Her name is Scarlett. She is the granddaughter of the owner of the O'Hara group.
Yep.
And
she's wearing a red dress, and she has a red umbrella.
I mean, she's the Ojo-sama type.
Yes.
You know, the rich girl stereotype that we see all the time in anime. And she even has this Chihuahua dog that she hates a lot.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, he doesn't appear. Whatever happened with the dog?
Yeah. I don't know, actually. They don't really show it. Yeah. They show the dog maybe like in 2 or 3 scenes, and that's it. Yeah.
Oh, poor Columbus.
Poor Columbus. Yep.
1 minute of silence. But yeah, Scarlett is introduced. She arrives to where Ray is, and she's like, "Oh, you must be Edward's son." And he's like, "Oh, you know my father?" He's like, "Oh yeah, he works for us. This is just like the company from my family, and I'm just here chilling." And it's like, but you know what? We have a lot of stuff. It's great. They're doing a great job. Even your grandpa. It's like, you know my grandpa? And she's like, yes. So it was like, at this point also, I don't know. I just thought that at this point, like, you know, the villain was going to show off. Was going to show up, which, you know, it was not that far from the mark.
Right.
But we see a man just like kind of like walking menacingly, and he has kind of like a metal plague over his eye, and also like a mechanical hand.
That's right.
And he's like this Frankenstein looking cyborg. It's Ed. Ray's father. And he's like, "What? You didn't die?" And he's like, because again, let's go back to the henchman. The henchman's like, "Oh yeah, your dad and your grandpa died." And it's like, "Okay, grandpa didn't die. Dad also didn't die." He's like, "What the heck is going on here?"
Yeah, totally lied to. And Ray's, you know, pleasantly surprised, all of that. And Edward, he basically tells him, "Hey, we're doing something great here." And he starts to show him around the place. Scarlett tags along too. And so Ray, he sees, you know, this place, it's really high up, and he sees like the exhibition, and he and Scarlett, they kind of interact a little bit more too. But yeah, Eddie tells him, like, I'm working on something really great, and it's going to revolutionize everything for science and stuff.
That's pretty much it. Like, and let's take into account, and I want to highlight this, that during the movie, like the first half of the movie, they explain all of this, like from the water that they got for the steam bulb, how the steam bulb was created, then, the next stuff that we already talked about, and then pretty much Ray's father telling him like, hey, I have a dream. And this dream is awesome. And it involves technology, it involves steam, and this is the future. Mm-hmm. And Ray is like, I'm in.
Right, yeah.
He's like, what you're saying, love it. I'm in. It. He's like, you son of a...
you son of a gun. Oh, yep.
You son of a gun. I'm in.
I'm in.
And he starts helping his dad finishing stuff on this building.
Yeah.
And he's all excited to be working with his dad, because it seems that this is his passion as well, like technological advancements and progress and everything. Mm-hmm. And while they're working on this machine, then they hear all of a sudden that some of the units have stopped working. So Ray decides to go there.
Yep.
And he finds his grandpa.
Yep.
And his grandpa like looking like a homeless man.
Yeah, very scraggly. Yep. All that.
And he's like, Grandpa, wow, like what happened? It's like, oh, Ray, like, what are you doing here? Like, yeah, what are you doing here? It's like they kidnapped me and they imprisoned me. And he's like, well, they kidnapped me, but they actually gave me nice food.
Yep.
And now the grandpa explains his side of the story to Ray, saying like, hey, so this is what happened. We created 3 steam bulbs. This whole building, it's not able to work to its full capabilities if it doesn't have the 3 steam bulbs. That's why I removed the steam bulb.
Sent it to Manchester.
But and at this point, Ray is also was already debating into whether to keep helping his dad or not.
Yeah. Because
as you mentioned before, he started making like a bond with Scarlett and helping Scarlett with, her rich girl request.
Oh, yes.
And they do find a room that is full of weaponry.
Right.
So he's like, Dad? He's like, what are we using these for? And he's like, oh, well, to defend from bad people. It's like, okay, who are the bad people here? Or who are the enemies?
Yeah.
And so at this point also, when Ray meet his grandpa is like, hey, here's the thing. Your dad and me had an idea. Impulsing technology further to the future. And at some point, I wanted this really hard. And then I saw what the O'Hara company wanted us to use this technology for. So, no, that goes against my code. But then your father, he decided that okay, let's continue to do it. And when their visions collided against each other, that's when pretty much all this problem came about. Mm-hmm. It was not at the time of that accident in the creation of the steam bulb. It was way after that, after they had created all of it.
Right.
Which is not told in the movie, but now you can infer from that. From here, another kind of like persecution inside the building ensues, in which they're trying to pretty much just silence the doctor. Because the doctor starts to plant ideas on Ray. And so it's like, no, you know what? These guys are bad news. We should just remove one of the steam bulbs. As long as we remove one of those,
they can't do their
yeah,
plans and stuff. Yeah.
And so Ray is like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Ray kind of goes along with anyone he's with at the time.
I mean, and you know, this is the second time. It's going to happen a third time before he realizes
that's
what's going on.
Before he gets betrayed again, freaking
yet again,
all the adults tell him like
freaking
stuff,
adults,
but
like
they're always, I don't know. Well, at least the dad and the grandpa, at least they believe in what they're.
Yes,
I don't know. Anyway,
in that regard, I do agree with you that the grandpa and the dad, even though they had opposing views, they stood true to.
Right.
They're
not trying
moral
to
codes, I guess.
That's right. Yeah. Exactly. Yes. They're not trying to like sugarcoat anything. They just believe wholeheartedly in what they're doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, the grandpa, he tells him like, hey, like, yeah, the dad isn't working with like the good for everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like grandpa is like, technology is meant to be for the good of humanity.
Good of humanity. That's
right. And dad is like, well, you know, technology is to showcase power and to dominate the weak, which, you know, that sounds pretty historical to me. It's like,
it sure does. Yeah.
but yeah, anyways, at this point, you know, Ray is no longer allied with his dad. He's like, okay, grandpa, I believe what you say. I'm going to help you.
Yeah.
And they remove the steam bulb and as they are being persecuted by the O'Hara group henchmen. Yep. And they also end up shooting Lloyd. And he's also taken prisoner again. Yeah. But Ray does manage to escape from the fortress.
That's right.
And as he is escaping, and as he was about to be freaking taken down by a sniper, Scarlet stops them because it's like, hey, like, what are you doing? It's like that could kill him. And it's like the dude is like, that's kind of like the point,
that's
my
the
lady.
Point. you might hit him. Oh yeah,
you like, I didn't think about it. It's like, I'm not a stormtrooper, but
stormtrooper. Yep.
And so as he's escaping, he's in the lake. Is it a lake? Is it a lake or was it the sea?
Ooh, I don't know. Yeah.
Not very familiar with London geography, so
sure. Yeah.
Let's say that it's a lake, and you know, for whatever happens, or like whatever, it's not important.
Not important. Yeah.
As he's escaping, we see a big battleship, and it's from the Royal Navy, so from the English Empire. And they do rescue Ray. We are once again introduced to Mr. Stevenson.
Yep.
And you know, Ray is now, he was betrayed by his dad.
Right.
So he's pretty defensive.
Right. He's like, and he asks Mr. Stevenson, hey, like, what's the purpose of science? Or like, what's your belief on what you should do? And Stevenson says, yeah, science is for the good of humanity.
Yeah, to make people
happy. And you know
what? But like
Ray,
a very scripted answer.
Yeah.
Like you're like, no, you idiot, don't give it to him.
Yeah, don't do it, Ray. Don't believe it.
Like
Ray,
that exactly sounds like what a politician would say. He's like, yeah, he just wants to hear those words. Heck, I'll say
those words. And Ray gives him the steam ball, thinking, you know, they have the good of humanity in heart.
Well, and this also makes me think, because you know, like at the beginning of the movie, they said that they were contacted by Lloyd.
Oh yes.
But it's like
they did say that.
Then I was just thinking, it's like, well, you know, Lloyd, we know his stance. It's like, yeah, technology is for the good of people. It's like at the end, Lloyd was also like, if Lloyd really contacted Stevenson, which I highly doubt.
Mhm.
Because Stevenson also said the same thing to Lloyd then. It's like, oh, yeah, technology is to make people happy. And then Lloyd was like, oh, yeah, give the steamboat to Mr. Stevenson.
Yeah.
But, it's like that's what I'm thinking. Is like, not only did Stevenson, with his next action, betrayed Ray, but he also betrayed Lloyd, because he told him like, oh, yeah, you can rely on us, because we're going to make good use of it. And he's like, well, you know what? When I said happy people, I mean English people. Like the rest,
not so much.
There's no such thing as, enjoying happiness when you have enemies, right?
So what do? Build up your army, build up your technology for your own happiness.
To protect your people, to protect your people's happiness.
Yeah.
Right? Which is like,
does Ray look like an idiot here? Oh, man. David takes the ball now. So, when this happened, I was like, no way, man. I can't believe
they take him to another factory, and they're like, right? There's no such thing as just perfect happiness.
Yeah.
We have to fight for it.
Yeah.
And right now, we're going to do it.
We're going to fight.
Because as he was given the bulb, he saw a bunch of ships heading towards the London Science Fair, where the O'Hara Group had their building, and also as they were going to this factory to plug the steam bulb, and he also sees that they had all of these machinery as well.
Yeah.
And by machinery, I just mean all these weaponry.
All the weaponry. Oh my goodness. Everybody has so much weaponry.
Yeah. Ray is like, oh, I must have been an idiot.
Yeah.
I must have looked like a total idiot.
Total idiot.
Cutting from that, we have the English police trying to raid the O'Hara Group.
The O'Hara Group.
And, since this is like a technological fair, apparently there were a lot of military leaders from other countries.
Yeah.
And the O'Hara Group, it's a company. They're selling stuff.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we're going to give you a demonstration. Oh, look, the police has willingly come here, and they're being really nice.
Perfect timing. Let's showcase our products.
So, like the police is like, police,
open up.
The Scotland police, or like how?
Oh, Scotland Yard.
Yeah, Scotland Yard. Yeah.
Oh no,
that's not this country. Scotland Yard, and they open up, and you have all of these men, and just like the room is all dark, and there's just one armor.
Yeah,
and they're like, the room is dark, just one armor. Clearly, this is not a red flag. Let's go in.
Yep. And they go in,
and Simon. I don't think we have introduced Simon, but Simon, he is like the director of
the O'Hara Crew
of the O'Hara Crew in here, and he's like, okay, you will see the demonstration of our products, and this freaking steampunk medieval Iron Man armor, just starts beating the crap out of the police corps.
Kicking
and
out
it's like,
of the building.
It's not just one. It's a freaking army.
It's an army of them. Yeah. And it gets crazy now. The police are pushed back. And it's like a full-on raid at this time. The exhibition is starting at this point too. So tons of people are around. Yeah,
the queen addressing.
The queen is there.
All the attendees, like even the church. And things are already going down. Not as hard yet.
Not yet,
But as soon as pretty much the queen finishes giving her address, the attendees, he's like, okay, see ya.
Yeah.
And then it was like, she gone? She's gone. Attack! Because now, the Mr. Stevenson or the Royal Navy party, now they start putting their tanks.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, you have tanks. Well, we not only have Iron Man suits, we also have submarine Iron Man suits.
Yep.
And flying Iron Man suits.
Yeah. Oh man.
You know,
everything.
These full-on battles start ensuing up to the point that even the attendees are just caught in the crossfire.
Yeah.
And we have Scarlet.
Oh, yeah.
That she's still looking for Simon.
Scarlet.
And then she sees all this mayhem and she's like, what is this? And no, she's looking for Ray, sorry.
Oh, yes, yeah.
She's looking for Ray and she sees all this mayhem.
Yeah.
And she's like, Simon, what is this? It's a product demonstration and war with the British Army.
Okay. Don't lose.
Yeah, he's like, you got it. Like,
yeah.
Like, you got it.
You got it. Oh, yes, Sir Joseph.
And she's like, oh, yeah, by the way, I'm still looking for Raid, so I'm just going to go take a walk. Just like nonchalantly, you know, with her red umbrella, just like a proper lady. And they're like,
during
also like
this battle
the
that's
freaking
happening.
tank in front of her, just like, she's like, how dare you do that?
Yeah, seriously.
And then on the opposing side of her, on her back, like we see all of these Iron Man tanks. They're just being flying around because of the shells of the tanks. And then she sees a dead man, and she's like,
"Yep,
oh,
there are people in the suits."
Yeah, but I love her reaction because I think it was like a spot on reaction. You know, because I wouldn't see the type of reaction of like freaking out,
right?
You know, because at that point, and especially since she's a kid, her brain wouldn't process, that kind of situation. So she's like, oh, what is that red thing falling from his head? Oh, it looks like blood. People
are
Simon?
dying.
What the heck is this, Simon? And you know, we have different, I guess, battlefields.
Right.
One is like the main convention area.
Conflict.
Also, there's the O'Hara group is attacking just everywhere, not just the main convention. Mm-hmm. They also spotted where Stevenson's group is located. So they're attacking that.
So
we have the battleships trying to attack the main tower.
Yep.
And also we have Ed that he's like, oh, you're there to attack us. Well, hold my steam.
Yep.
And he's start preparing some stuff on the control room of the tower.
And we see Ray go to the Stevenson group, and he sees all the stuff they're trying to do too, and he goes to David, and David is like, hey, we're gonna use the steam ball for our own inventions and our own stuff. And so
who would have thought?
Yep.
I didn't see that coming at all.
So Ray, feeling betrayed, naturally, he goes and he tries to sabotage that part, and he sees the flying machines, and one of them crashes nearby, and he starts tinkering with the flying machine to get his own wings to like go places, to go to the tower, I believe. And
at this point he has decided like, okay, my dad, no,
not so great.
My grandpa, great ideals, but no. And you know, Mr. Stevenson
too.
He's just wrong. No, I think he felt more betrayed by Mr. Stevenson, like we mentioned it.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
And so before this, he does have like a final fight with Mr. David.
Yes.
Because David now David also suddenly is like, oh, new challenger. Okay.
Right.
Because David is like, oh, you see, like, let's just me and you, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Let's join hands. I see that, you know, it just took for you a minute to look at the components here and then create something out of the blue, brand new.
let's make our own company.
Yeah, like let's be a team. And it's like,
Yeah.
this freaking dude.
This guy.
It's like, at least Stevenson was sugarcoating stuff and telling Ray whatever he wanted to listen. You just are straight
David
up.
is like, come to the dark side.
Yeah.
Strike me down.
Like, we have cookies and money.
And money. Oh my.
He's like, yeah, who cares about the rest of the people? We care about us.
Yeah.
So, as they were, kind of like fighting each other for the bulb, because Mr. Baby still wanted the bulb. He opened the bulb, and the steam just hits him.
Oh, yeah.
Directly in the face, and he's like, ah!
Yep. Right.
And Ray, he's like, that's what happens when you're being a creep. So don't do that anymore. And he finishes tinkering his flying machine, and he takes off.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, also, the dad decides to, like, you know what? I'm mad. You want to see what I'm capable of? I'm going to show you what I'm capable of. Like, move all the steam to this place, and we're taking off. And it's like, taking off? What do you mean taking off? It's like,
and the whole
that
tower.
Taking off. It's like, yeah, the whole freaking tower just starts like throwing steam all over the place.
Yeah.
And it was also funny because like a red flag was raised, from the Royal Navy with Stevenson. It's like they were just like shooting with their battleships. It's like, yeah, that'll teach them. We're good now, right? It's like,
yep.
And they just saw how the whole freaking tower starts levitating, and they're like, oh, we're screwed, right?
Yeah. Screwed.
Because in here something interesting happens because of the large amount of steam that it's liberated.
Oh yes.
So high pressure, really high pressure steam and lower temperatures when it's being liberated. Right. Instead of steam becoming liquid like it would you would normally imagine, it goes directly to the solid state because this is the engineer me talking. Oh, yes. High pressure goes with high temperature. Right. So it's like those values, whenever there's high pressure, that means that they're high pressure. And so whenever one or the other it's lowered, that means that you need energy. Yes. Either energy being put in the system or out of the system. So in this case, energy needed to be put in the system. So what it means is that since steam needed a lot of energy or temperature, it was sucking out heat from its surrounding. From the surroundings. So that's why steam was
get frozen,
turning into ice. Yeah. And we see the freaking lake turn into ice. Yep. The air itself turning into ice.
Turning into ice. Oh, yep. Yep.
And kudos to the animators. Yeah. They just managed to create those, these huge peaks.
Ice peaks. Oh, yeah.
Of just like ice. It's like
it looked really cool.
It looked really cool.
So cool.
Especially, judging that it was 2004.
Oh, yes.
That, that level of animation, it's hardly reached nowadays. Yeah. But, that's a different conversation.
Definitely.
So yeah, they're like, okay, we're kind of screwed, so let's leave the boats. Yep. Because also the ship, the tower, the flying tower, was really close to the sea or to the lake.
Oh, sure. Yes.
But as soon as this starts moving, it's making its way to the center of London. And Stevenson, seeing that there's no other way around, they decide to throw some kind of like harpoons. Yeah.
Harpoons and chains.
To stop it from moving even further. Which, it also proved not a very good idea.
Yeah, it didn't really work out. And like the trains were trying to pull it, and they were pulled instead eventually after the chain snapped.
Yeah, because we still have a lot of the O'Hara group in the flying Iron Man suits, breaking the chains. Ray is fighting with some of them. Kind of like
yes.
he's trying to like, no, like, please, both of you stop. Like, you're just
yes.
making things worse.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, from my dad, I kind of get it because he already told us that he wanted to do that. But from you, Mr. O'Hara, you're just actually making things worse. I don't see a lot of happiness from the people of London in here, mind you.
Ooh, yep. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, you know, at this point, Stevenson kind of like admits his defeat.
Mm.
And he's like, okay, yeah, you know, I lost. He's like, my inventions are all garbage. You were always better than me, even though, you know, I didn't see it that way. But yeah, screw this.
Yeah,
we're gonna die.
Mm.
And I guess this part is done. Like this part of the fight is done. Now we're just pretty much just moving to the last stretch of the fight.
And Ray, he gets his flying contraption working, and he gets to the tower, and he meets up with the grandpa and everyone else at the tower at the time, and so the grandpa, he's trying to like shut everything down, but then Ray, he's like, hey, like, we're not over the river anymore.
Yeah, that was super funny because you're like the dad was controlling everything from the control room.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And Scarlett was there, and the O'Hara group clients were there
to make an escape.
But they also were trying to make an escape.
Yeah.
So the only people actually there in the flying tower now, it's Edward, Lloyd, Scarlett, and then a little later, Ray when he gets there. There's one more person there, but you know, a little more on that just a little later.
I see. Yeah.
And we see the Grandpa Lloyd has a gun.
Yep.
And he's, you know, while Edward is doing his classic bad guy speech while he's winning.
Yep.
Lloyd is like, no, you're wrong. We're going to stop this. And he tries to shoot him, and a lot of steam is liberated.
Yep.
And that's when Ray also arrives, and he's like, Grandpa, what the heck? He's like, you just shot my dad, your son.
Yeah.
He's like, what is wrong with you?
Yep.
He's like,
what are you doing?
He's like, I'm sorry, Ray. This is upon me and your father, so I'll take the blame for it. Now, escape. You are the future, Steam Boy.
Yeah. Steam Boy.
And you know, he's like, Grandpa. He's like, shut up. I'm trying to be dramatic. I'm sacrificing myself, you ungrateful brat. He's like, yeah, we're not in the lake. Excuse me?
Say what?
He's like, yeah, we're in the middle of the city. He's like, God damn. Like, that's the last thing I needed to hear right now, boy.
Yeah.
So they're like, okay, change of plans. So their new plans is to move back the tower to, you know, where essentially there are no people, meaning the sea or the lake. And to do that, they're trying to use another mechanism that Ray's dad actually created for this ship, which is some like mechanical legs.
Yep. So they start walking the whole tower across London. And it looks pretty interesting, actually. I really liked the whole way the tower was shown and portrayed. It's really interesting. But yeah, Ray goes down to the belly of the tower, trying to release the valves and get the power going again. Lloyd is there controlling the whole thing, and Scarlett, she's there, and then the father, he's kind of like missing at the moment, but then few things happen. They start getting there, and then Edward shows up again, and then they kind of team up together, and they tell Ray, hey, there's an escape suit or something like in the seat, so you got to open that up and put it on everything. Scarlett is freaking out. She's like, hey, like, what's going on and stuff. She also helps a little bit also.
Yeah, because while they were closing, there's other extra person that was there was one of the henchmen.
Oh, yes.
He was trying to get Ray,
yeah.
but ultimately he ends up offing himself.
Yeah.
With one of the one of the cranes.
With the cranes, yep, with the steel arms.
But yeah, once they finally managed to move the tower to the desired place, they his grandpa and his dad, I wouldn't say they start working together again, but they were like, okay, we don't want to die, so let's just make peace.
Yeah, pretty much.
And yeah, Ray ends up grabbing this rocket backpack. And he takes Scarlett with them, and they escape. And as he's escaping, all of this pressure of the steam that is being built up kind of like just relieves, and the ship is destroyed. Completely. And again, it's one of those explosions again where it's creating a bunch more of those ice peaks. And then they're just like vanishing on thin air, and people is like, okay, is it over? Is it over? Oh, thank God, it's over.
It's over.
And then it's the closing sequence.
Mm-hmm.
Ray manages to take Scarlett to a safe spot, and Scarlett is like, oh, but your dad and your grandpa are there. He's like, like, we gotta go back. So he's like, no, they're okay.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like cockroaches. They're hard to kill.
They're like cockroaches.
Yeah, I mean,
nice.
I mean, the grandpa died like 2 times, or should have died like 2 times in that movie. Same with the dad. So,
yeah, and they survived.
Yeah, Ray's like, no, they're resilient, and like, as long as we have science, they're just gonna come back.
Oh yes.
And
as long as we have science,
right? And again, the overall critique of this movie was like, what do you want to use technology for, right? Because let's be honest, like a lot of the technological advancements that we have right now were initially meant for military use.
Military use, yeah, exactly, yeah. And Ray, Ray is now safe. But yeah, that's like the whole point of the movie. Technology and science bettering humanity, or for your own selfish desires. Yeah. It's quite interesting. Oh, and also we see the periscope going through the river. So yeah, they went off. Yeah. It was a really interesting movie all in all. It had some great points, I think.
Yeah, but overall, I think that was like, where would you be?
Yeah.
Because essentially there were like 3 points of view. There was like, we're using technology to dominate. No, we're using technology to better humanity. Was like, no, we're using technology to better humanity by dominating. It was like, no, it's just like a specific group. Then the rest, they don't matter.
Yeah.
Which I think the third group is actually worse stuff, but at the end of the day, it's I guess one of the most common ones.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But great movie. It should be available on Amazon Prime, or I think it's on YouTube. With ads,
okay.
Also
YouTube with ads
for free.
Gotcha.
Or I don't know if it's in Crunchyroll, but
I don't think it's on Crunchyroll.
But yeah, those 2 places you can find them for free. Well, if you're paying Amazon, you know what I mean.
Oh, right.
But yeah, great movie. It's like 2 hours only.
Yep, 2 hours.
So if you're looking for something, now that we're getting pretty close to the new season of anime just beginning.
Yeah.
If you're still waiting for some of your animes to start, you can just watch
this one. Yeah.
Like a quick watch, and that'll be it.
Yep.
But yeah, hope you like it.
Thanks for joining us
next time. And yeah, that was all. Keep watching anime. Matane.
Bye.